client calls in and complains that the website is slow. So naturally you get the server team, the network team, the security team, the virtualization team, all into the war room to troubleshoot this problem. The finger pointing begins. With Avi, we're eliminating this blame game. Rather than strictly showing you network-based information such as throughput coming into a site, we're trying to show you more of the end-user experience. For instance, when you're looking at throughput here, we can see that there's drops or dips in the amount of traffic that came into the site over these periods of time. Right now I'm looking at the past 6 hours to this ERP application. But with Avi's default view, we're showing you the end-user experience. And what this means is this end-to-end timing concept. With this bar at the top, we can see the client on the left connecting to the server and back again. Their average HTTP request is taking about 6.5 milliseconds. So this is the client connecting to Avi, Avi connecting with a TCP socket and connection to the server, the amount of time it took for the server to generate the content, and then the amount of time it took to transfer this content across the network. On average, it was pretty quick, 6.5 milliseconds, but a couple of times in the last 6 hours, we've seen this spike up dramatically. During this point in time, we see that it spikes up to about 186 milliseconds. Of that traffic, we can see that the majority of that additional time is because the server is taking a substantially longer time to establish this connection. So we know that there's definitely a problem with the server. Now, is it with the network or is it the server itself? We still need to figure that out. One of the ways we can do that is we can take a look at anomalies. So if I click on the anomalies button, that overlays some anomalies where Avi will automatically detect that something is interesting or unusual. I can click on this anomaly and take a look and scroll down a bit here. And if I look at something like, let's sort by deviations, and we see that the highest deviation here is that the CPU usage on Web App 1 during these points in time spikes up to 100%. The server's doing something that's consuming all of its CPU, and this is what's causing a significant amount of latency while it's taking its time to pick up connections and respond back to these initial packets. Once that connection is established, the server is still able to send the traffic back pretty quickly. So this tells me right away that this really is not a network problem. This is something where we need to go and figure out what's going on the server that's causing it to consume all of its CPU. So this is a good example of how end-to-end timing allows Avi to be able to show you where the trouble might be, what you might need to do to resolve it, and be able to have a good understanding of what the end-user experience is going to be. For more information, go to the resources page on avinetworks.com. Thank you.